topic that's pretty important. If you're 60, 61, and you're thinking about retiring at 62 or later, hopefully you got your finances in order. I really didn't. Sorry about the noise and everything else, folks. But I was smart enough to get a 401k. They gave me enough money to come over to the retire in the Philippines. I went ahead and retired early at 61, and then I planned on going to the Philippines. I had enough to fly over there, get a place, get a cheap motorcycle, and hopefully live until I was 62. And I didn't. I went over there with like 12,000 US dollars, and it was gone in 6 months. I made a mistake. Online dating. I moved in with a person, and their whole family every day came over to eat. And when she found out I wasn't going to buy her a house, she had no use for me. Luckily, a German guy helped me out for a few months and loaned me some money, and I was able to get my pension pretty quick. As soon as I turned 62, about 2 months later, I had my pension coming in every month. It's not a great size, but it's enough to survive in the Philippines. Depending on where you live. If you live in the city, you're going to need probably 3,000 to 4,000. If you decide to live in the province, you can get by on 15 to 2,000 without a problem. Sorry about the motorcycles. That's the Philippines. Everybody likes no mufflers. You just got to remember, you have to make sacrifices. If you live in the province, you're not going to have the Robinsons and SM shopping centers. You're not going to have Wendy's and McDonald's and Jollibee and all that stuff. You know, they'll have barbecue chicken and stuff like that, and they'll have a little store or market, but not like the city grocery stores that you're used to. So if you can make your sacrifices and you can live in the province like me, I've lived here since 2019, you'll do all right for yourself. If you can't live in the province, then plan on 3,000 to 4,000. If you were lucky enough and smart enough, invested and saved for your retirement, and had a 401k plus, maybe a military pension or something else, you'll be good to go. You can go live in the city or whatever. But I don't like all the traffic and so many people and everything else in the city life. I prefer the province. It takes me an hour and a half on a motorcycle to go to the boat port, and another hour and a half to go to the city where they have grocery stores and department stores and stuff like that. So, that's 3 hours to get to the city. Hospitals are very like nothing at all. They have Band-Aids and a thermometer here. That's about it. If you want medical care, you need to go to the city. Like I said, that's 3 hours away. I'm at Dinnigat Island. They don't have no helicopter or airport here. Only a boat to take you off the island. They can take you off the island and bring you to Surigao City. That's the best they can do. You need immediate medical care, you're in trouble. Be better you stayed in the city near hospitals. So I'm just letting you know, guys, if you're 60, 61, start planning early. I lived paycheck to paycheck, so I didn't have the privilege of having a great paying job, a big bank account, or investments. I was lucky I did have a 401k to get me over here. You got to remember now, once you retire and you hit 61, 62, and if you don't own a place, you're going to have all those high bills. You're going to have your rent, probably a car payment unless it's paid off, insurance, medical insurance. You're going to have so many bills. Is your Social Security enough to pay for that in the States. Mine was not. So I had a choice. Was I going to live under the bridge, homeless, in the woods, or come somewhere where I could afford to live? That's where I choose the Philippines. I'm able to live here, rent a place. I'm renting in Dinnigat Island, a place for $100 US a month. My electric bill's about $50. My internet's about probably about $30 a month, including my phone. I drive around on a motorcycle. You can get a brand new motorcycle, a cheap one, like a YTX Yamaha, for like $1,100-$1,200, or Honda TMX 125 for about the same. If you want to go with like a Honda Supremo 150, that's going to set you back probably $1,300 or $1,400 US dollars, and you can get around on the island like that. If not, you can. They have motorcycle taxis. Pay 15 or 20 pesos, they'll take you to town and stuff like that. Depends on what you're up to. There's no car taxis here on the province. In the city, of course, they have them. So, depends on what you're going to do. You got to make a decision, before you retire. Are you going to stay in America? Do you have enough to pay the bills, the rent, or you own your own house? If not, you need to start deciding what you're going to do. I made a pretty much decision. I'm okay with it. I would have much rather stayed in the States, but I couldn't afford to, so I had to make a hard decision, and that was to come over here. Now that I'm here, it's good. I have food to eat, a roof over my head, a motorcycle to drive and get by with. Those are all options that you guys have to think about, You can stay in the States, or Canada, or America, or wherever you're going to be. Do you have the finances, the bank account to let you live there? If not, where are you going to go? You're going to go to the Philippines? You're going to go to Thailand? Costa Rica, I heard, is expensive. I don't know where you're going to go. You need to think about it early so you don't get, when you hit 62, get ambushed, no job, no nothing. You're retired, and how are you going to live? Think about it now, guys. Think about it early, guys and girls, so you don't get stuck. I did think about it early, so that's why I had the 401k. I paid on that for like 5 years, so like $12,000. If I didn't have that person that I stayed with for 10 months before they decided to throw me out when I told them I wasn't going to buy them a house, I would have been able to live a whole year. I was just feeding the family like 4 people or something like that, and 5 people. But the neighbors came over every day. I was feeding, for 10 months, I was feeding like 10 people. It was crazy. Now my life's more simple. I don't have all that. That person's no longer with me, thank goodness. Well, just food for thought. You need to think and decide what you want to do so you don't get stuck at 62 homeless. You all take care. I hope this video is helpful to you. Please like and subscribe. Take care.